put a note on my board?
Where's the sticky note? Remember who.
All right, so tell me again. What do we know about parallel lines? They have the same slope and they never cross. Okay, so the reason they never cross is because they have the same slope. Isn't slope rise over run? Well, if I say the same rise over run for both lines, they will just keep the same distance apart, won't they? Okay, so I want to write the equations of this line. I need it to be in slope-intercept form, which is this. So what two pieces do I have to find? What two M and B. The easy part is the B. So take a look. I'm going to do the top line first. What's my B? Yep. Now, can you find me another point that I can find the slope with? -4, 5 is right here. Does everybody see that point? Which point do I start at, the left or the right? Left. Do I need to go up or down to get to that point? Down how many? So I have to go down 1 over 4. How's everybody doing? What is the equation of that line then? Awesome. Everybody doing okay? Let's do the bottom line now. What two pieces do I have to find? What is the B? Oh, -1. Okay. What other point can I use to find my slope? -4, 0. Looks like right here. Which point do I start at, the left or the right? The left. Where do I need to go, folks, to get from here to here? So that would be -1/4. What is the equation of that line? Write this down. Not the same, nope. So the equations are exactly the same. What part is the same, guys? The slope. And which part is the slope? And what's it being represented by in these equations? You guys see how they're the same? That verifies that they are in fact parallel. They will never touch. They will never cross. How we doing? Good? All right. You've talked about parallel lines before, right? Okay. All right, let's talk about perpendicular lines. So now I'm where it says perpendicular lines. You're going to fill in, have opposite reciprocal slopes. Have opposite reciprocal slopes. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. Now, you don't need to rewrite this opposite and reciprocal that I have down here. I'm going to show you what those actually mean. I think you probably already know what they mean, but switching them around. So if I have A over B, what's the reciprocal? B over A. Just means flip it upside down. Perfect. What does it mean to be an opposite? Nope. A negative and a positive. What's that? This part, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. Do you see where it says perpendicular lines ... Yep. Opposite just means one positive, one negative. So what's the opposite of 4? What's the opposite of -10? Understand what I mean by opposites? Those are going to be for perpendicular lines. Now, folks, what does perpendicular mean? How do they cross? Yeah. How? Are these perpendicular? Those are not perpendicular. No. Are these perpendicular? No. Are those perpendicular? Yes. They are. Why? Say it again. They make right angles. Guys, what are right angles? 90 degrees. You all know what 90 degrees is, right? These tiles on the floor, those are all 90-degree angles, right? Okay, so perpendicular means they are touching at 90-degree angles. Not like this one, not like that one, but that one looks like a right angle, doesn't it? Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So let's try it with that graph. Again, I want the equations of these lines. What form do you think they need to be in? Not changing. Yep. So what two pieces do I have to find? M and the B. I'm at the very bottom corner. That graph should look just like my graph. You guys want to do my blue line or my orange line? Blue. Okay, what's the B? 5. Can you find me another point that I can use for my slope? 1, 2, he says. Okay, how do I get from that point to this point? So that would be minus 3 over 1. What is negative 3 over 1? What does it reduce to? Negative 3? So what's the equation of that line? Perfect. Everybody following Tyler here. He's doing great. All right, let's do my orange line now. What's the B? Can you find me another point that I can use to find the slope? Up here, folks. 3, negative 2? Okay. How do I get from here to here? Up 1 over 3. So what's the equation of that line? So, are they in fact perpendicular, and why? Okay, so does everybody see these slopes here? Are they opposites of each other? Is one positive, one negative? Yes. Are they reciprocals? If I flip one of them over, do I get the other one? If I flip 1/3 over, it's 3 over 1, isn't it? What is 3 over 1? 3. Do you see how they're opposite reciprocals? So this is a right angle right here. That is a right angle. Doing all right? That's what we're going to be using today. All right, so let's flip it over. And let's answer some questions. All right, does everybody see the picture that I have on your screen there? Yes? Okay. Is DFE a right angle? Now, does everybody see that little carrot-looking thing in front of that? That's the angle symbol. Okay, so find D for me. Does everybody see point D? D to F to E. Does everybody see the angle I'm looking at? I want to know if it's a right angle. We don't know until we look at the slopes, because the slopes would have to be opposite reciprocals, correct? So let's check it out. From what two letters do I need to find the slope between first? E and F? Okay, so he's going here and here, right? Okay, so E, F. Which one should I start at? F, because it's on the left. Perfect. How do I get from F to E? Oh, is F a nice point? No, I can't use F to E. What can I use? E to B. You all see how that's a nice point? Does everybody see how that's all on the same line? Okay, how do I get from B to E? Down 2 over how many? 5. Okay, so there's my slope from B to E. What other side do I need to find the slope of? D to A. Do you all see how this makes up the other side of that angle? Hello? Okay, which one am I going to start at, A or D? Which one's on the left? A. How do I get from A to D? How many? Over how many? Okay, so if they're going to be right angles, they have to have opposite reciprocal slopes. Are they opposites, first of all? One positive, one negative. If I flip over one of them, do I get the other one? Okay, so is this a right angle? Yes. Yes, it is. That is a right angle. Fair enough? Is it beneficial for you to have the picture on your screen so it's easier for you to count? Okay, how about the rest of you? You guys over here are way quiet. I got these two going on. How about the rest of you guys? Yeah? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Same picture, I believe. Are opposite sides of the quadrilateral parallel? First of all, what the heck's a quadrilateral? It is a shape. How many sides? 4, because quad means 4, doesn't it? Okay, so what would the opposite sides here be? Can somebody give me a pair of opposite sides? CG is opposite of what? AE. Okay, let's do that. CG and AE. Kinda. I'm not going to make you do them, though. Okay, which one do I start at, C or G? How many do I have to go up or down? 0. How many do I have to go over? What is 0 over 5? 0. Now let's go AE. Same for the bottom, you say? What about the top? Still 0. What is 0 over 5? So tell me, are those two lines parallel? Tell me why. The exact same slope, so they are parallel. But isn't there another pair of opposite sides? Which ones are also opposite? AC and GE. Okay, let's do AC. Uh-oh, there's not one on the left, so just pick one. Where are we starting? How many do I have to go up or down? Over. What is negative 5 over 0? Undefined. You guys remember talking about that? Yep. All right, now the other one is GE. Where do you want to start over there? E. Okay, how many do I have to go up or down? Up 5. How many do I have to go over? 0. What is 5 over 0? Undefined. So, are those parallel? Why? They have the same slope, so they are parallel. So the answer here is yes. Yes. Got another picture there for us to use? Right next to it? What shape is that? It is a trapezoid. What's that? The problem right below it. I just didn't have enough room to put that picture there. It says the height of a trapezoid. Now, first of all, does everybody see this trapezoid? Okay, now, do you see where it says ARTP? On your sheet there, do you see where it says ARTP? That's just naming this thing. A to R to T to P. So basically, it's this shape around the outside. Are we all good? Okay, it says the height is supposed to be perpendicular to both bases. Can somebody tell me what one of the bases are? Not AR. Well, that's just the x-axis, but I see what you're saying right here, right? This is a base. Where's the other base? That's also a base. They want the height to be perpendicular. What are they telling me might be the height? EZ. Does everybody see EZ right here? If it's going to be perpendicular, they have to have opposite reciprocal slopes, correct? So I got to find the slopes. Which slope do you want me to find first? Which one? RT, she says. Okay, do I start at R or T? Okay, how many do I have to go up or down? 0. No. 4 up. How many over? What is 4 over 4? Okay, so there's that slope. We just did this base right here. What else do I need to find the slope of? AP is down here. Up 10 over 10. And this is AP. What's wrong? I know. It's like, it's bright blue. Let's try that. Can you shut off those lights for me, please? A little better? Okay, sorry about that. Was the green better? And the red, just not the blue? Okay. I need to find one last slope. EZ, because that's the one that's supposed to be perpendicular, right? Okay, EZ. Which one am I starting at? How many do I have to go up or down? Nope. Oh, down 7 over 1. What is negative 7 over 1? Okay, now first of all, what do you notice about these two slopes? They're parallel. They're the same, aren't they? Do those two lines look like they're never going to touch? For sure. The question is EZ, is this angle right here, is that a 90-degree angle? How do you know? The slopes are supposed to be different, but they're supposed to be opposite reciprocals. Are they opposite reciprocals? They're opposites because one's positive, one's negative, but they're not reciprocals because if I flip upside down 7, wouldn't that be 7 over 1? Flip to 1 over 7, which is not what we have here, agreed? So is this thing a height? No, it is not perpendicular. No. All you have to do is count. You didn't even have to add or subtract anything. Well, oh my gosh, heaven forbid I make you think. Heaven forbid. Mm-hmm. All right, next one. You're going to use the same picture. I want to know if RT and AP are parallel. I'm pretty sure we just did this. This should take you all of 2 seconds. Are they parallel? Why are they parallel? What was the slope? 1. Perfect. Did everybody select yes, I hope? I know. We're doing okay? Everybody doing okay? All right, moving on. I think I want to go to the very last question. This guy right here. Very bottom of your sheet. Okay. It says, on the plans for a treehouse, a beam represented by QR has endpoints -6,2 and -1,8. A connecting beam represented by ST has the endpoints -3,6 and -8,5. Are the beams perpendicular? Perpendicular means 90 degrees. Means I got to have slopes that are opposite reciprocals, right? I got to find slope, but I don't have a picture to count on. But I got points. What can I do with those points? I'm not going to graph them. There's no graph there for you. No. You can calculate them by doing over. You guys remember that formula, right? Okay, so this is what we're going to have to be doing. All right, would you like to do QR or ST first? Okay, let's do QR. I'm going to label them X1, bless you, Y1, X2, Y2. And we got to plug everything into my formula. What is my Y2 minus my Y1? -1 minus -6. Okay, folks, what do I get in my numerator? What do I get in my denominator? How we doing here, guys, on my slope? Good? So let me ask you this. When I find my next slope, what should it be if they're going to be perpendicular? -5,6. So I got to flip it upside down, and I got to make it negative. Let's see if it works out. We are doing now ST. Let's see here. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. All right, what's my Y2 minus Y1? Over. Okay, what do I get in my numerator? What do I get in my denominator? What is a negative over a negative? Okay, so tell me. Are these beams perpendicular? No. Not good in a treehouse, right? Basically, your walls are going to be slanted or your floor is going to be crooked. Okay? In construction, you want to have right angles, don't you? Yeah, otherwise you're going to be leaning. Unless you want to lean, I suppose. Cool. Oh, yeah. They have one at COSI, yeah, the Imagination Station. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, so folks, how do we feel about parallel and perpendicular lines? Do we know the difference? Parallel lines have the same slope because they never touch. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes because they cross at right angles. Good? Okay, your homework is written right over there in blue on the board. That's your homework for tonight. And then we'll see you tomorrow.